Don't believe I know who you are.
I'm sure you don't, but I know who you are.
You do?
You're the prettiest girl in Santa Barbara. That's obvious.
Thank you very much.
My love for this legendary actress, Elizabeth Taylor, all started back in about 1984. I went to the letterbox one day and there was a postcard in there of James Dean and Elizabeth Taylor in the movie Giant, and I thought I didn't know who she was. So I raced out and hired that movie, became addicted to just her presence on the screen.
You're not exactly loyal to your employer, are you, Jeff?
No, sir, I'm not complaining.
I've been collecting since the postcard, since 1984, so it's coming on to 27 years, the collection. All pretty much standard things that people collect. And now it's grown to the stage where it encompasses every element of her life. So we look at all her perfumes, we look at items of clothing either worn in movies or things that have come directly from her wardrobe. My favourite pieces from the collection would be the rhinestone suede boots that Miss Taylor had made for her 60th birthday, and 1986 Oscar dress that she wore to the Academy Awards. It's pretty unique.
So long now, you've filled my life. Like a great noise that I hear everywhere in my heart. I want to be free of you.
Elizabeth Taylor's an icon to me, and probably so many other people, is because she represents true stardom. She represents true celebrity. If you look at the people we have today, they don't to me, they don't represent what she represents. She let people see the real side of her, and there was nothing false about who she was. She was a real star.
And Wayne is with us this morning. Brought a few of the pieces from his collection. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Kerri Anne.
What was your original fascination with Elizabeth Taylor?
Well, it was simply this postcard. Actually, was the very first thing that we got in the post. She came to me in the letterbox, basically years ago, 1984 or so, and I followed that up. I watched that movie, and then it just grew from there.
How did you become pen pal?
Well, I wrote and did some research and checked the tabloid press out on a regular basis every day to find key words or key people that were part of her entourage or her.
And you got those letters.
And I got those people. Like Shen Sam used to be her public relations person, and I developed a friendship with her, and I'd send her items and she would then take them to Elizabeth's home in California.
Wow. Let's walk through some of what you've got. The collection is truly amazing. Just explain, of course there's a famous photograph with Michael Jackson and Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, they're holding hands and their signatures are touching as well, so that's quite a unique piece. I mean, there's about 10,000 pieces in the collection.
10,000? Where do you keep them, Wayne?
It's in a little locked up area.
Not right through
far
the
away. No,
moved into the garage or anything. Okay, tell me about this beautiful little hat.
This hat was worn by her when she was dating Eddie Fisher on a trip to France. Now, all the pieces you see too, they all come authenticated and they've all been documented through.
Can I tell you? Am I allowed to touch these boots?
I knew you'd do that.
Oh,
I knew you'd do that. Yes.
Look.
Do they fit?
Do that, and with the toe, the crystals on the toe. How cool are they? What size feet did she have?
6B.
6B.
Yeah, and they were designed for her 60th birthday. She wore them on the Larry King program.
Wow. Very cool. How did you come by these?
They came from a Hollywood shoe museum in Texas. So after a period of time, people know that I'm a collector, and I've had, like, for example, if I can just say this bag here, from when she was 15, her housekeeper, she gave it to her housekeeper when she was 15, and her housekeeper died in 2005 and left it to her grandson. He found me, and now I have it in the collection.
Wow. And let's look at some of the gowns that she wore. Now, I know the jewellery looks beautiful up there, but perhaps not the original.
No.
So what was
the security guard
at the other end?
That's Poker Alice, a film she did with George Hamilton in 1987. So that's one of the costumes. There's 3 of the costumes from that movie in the collection. We have about 11 altogether. The yellow or the mustard one in the middle is from Cleopatra. Irene Sharaff was the designer for that, and the costume, she had about 65 costumes in the movie.
When you would write to Elizabeth through her people, what would you say? What information did you give her? How did you talk to her?
I always try to do things different. I mean, I should imagine if I was famous, perhaps I'd get the same old standard letter. So I tried to do something sort of not crazy, but something that would really stand out. Different coloured paper. I do things like she was supposed to come to Melbourne for a perfume release by Diamonds in 1992, and she didn't turn up. So I went into the store and took all the photos of the promotions and everything and put that in a folder and sent that to her. And that's when she sent me her very own personal signed bottle of white diamonds, which is part of it.
Have you got, that's not here this
I
morning.
didn't bring that.
So what, so how did she respond to you? What did she say on a personal level?
Lots of different things. I mean, I had birthday cards. There's a birthday card from Elizabeth Taylor. She's just got a Van Gogh card out of the kitchen cupboard, I would imagine. Just different little notes that we do have here.
Yeah, but very sweet for her to personally respond. And she knew a bit about you, didn't she?
Well, she did. She knew about the collection. She'd sign off on copies of the collection quite often. And, you know, she'd even just randomly send me things like a signed copy of this book.
So she appreciated the fact that you went to a lot of trouble to appreciate her career and her life.
Yes, right up until November last year. I still was getting correspondence from her in November last year.
And you put it all together in a book, and I've got to say, it's beautifully done. Congratulations on it, Wayne. And what will you do now?
Well, you spoke earlier about the collection, Elizabeth Taylor's personal collection, being toured around in Moscow and all different places. It won't be coming to Australia, but I'm planning on working with a radio station in Melbourne, and we're looking at doing an exhibition of our own in Australia on World AIDS Day.
Well done, Wayne. We appreciate your time this morning bringing these glorious pieces. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Wayne Griffin joining us. We've got